Dante's Inferno. What Dante's Inferno is? Dante's Inferno is a part one of the epic novel of the Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. It is believed that the Divine Comedy was written in somewhere between 1308 and 1320. Dante's Inferno is the most well-known part of the series. Dante knew a woman named Beatrice. Dante met when they were both children, and he was 9, and Beatrice was 7 at the time. Beatrice apparently died at the age of 24. After that, Dante was devastated by her death and ended up writing all these poems as a tribute to her. Also, the book Dante's Inferno follows to Dante going to the three stages of afterlife: hell, purgatory, and heaven. These are the first 2 steps of Dante is guided to hell and purgatory by the spirit poet Virgil. Dante's story begins. So Dante begins where he's walking through the woods, and he sees a light coming from the top of the mountain, and he tries to get to the light. And the light is a sign of illumination. Essentially, it is supposedly the light that represents God, and he tries to get to this light, but the path is blocked by these 3 beasts, and these 3 beasts drive Dante back to the woods. Eventually greeted by the spirit poet Virgil. Virgil tells Dante he was sent there by the spirit Beatrice, who turns out Beatrice wants to save Dante through the woods. She sent Virgil by Dante in order to get to heaven. Dante has to go through hell and purgatory. Where did Dante go before hell? In the story, Virgil leads Dante through the 9 circles of hell. So Dante's version of hell is these 9 circles of hell. Now, before they went to hell, they went to this place where it wasn't heaven or hell. It was a place inhabited by these angels during the war in heaven when Lucifer rebelled against God, and these angels who did not pick sides. They pretty much just waited what the outcome of the war was going to be. These angels were condemned to this particular part of hell, either heaven or hell. The first circle of hell, the first circle of hell is called limbo, and this circle is where Virgil is now from what originally was a pagan, and basically he died for the time of Christianity. Because of this, he was condemned from the first circle. The people that are in the first circle aren't necessarily bad people, but they just died before the time of Christianity. Because of this, they cannot go to heaven. The first circle is not bad. The only pain that they suffer is that they wish they could have known better. Now, Dante is in the first circle. He met other historical figures. Now, after this, Virgil starts to show Dante the other true parts of hell. The deeper they go, the worse it gets in each circle. Second circle of hell. The second circle of hell is for the lustful. What this means is it's the second circle of Dante and Virgil. They find people who are overcome by lust, and they are punished by bending, blown, violent blacks and forth and strong winds, preventing them to find peace and rest. These strong winds symbolize the restlessness of a person who is led by desire of fleshly pleasures, basically, just sex. Like, they just want sex. Yeah.
Wait, we got 9 circles?
Yeah. The third circle of hell is gluttony, and this circle is for the people who cannot stop eating. The first circle of hell is for the greedy. This is great weights as a weapon, punishing them through the chest, which symbolizes the self-drive and fortune during the time. Basically, those who waste their time either collecting, hoarding money, or constantly spending money. The fifth circle of hell is for the wrathful. Now, what this means is people in their lifetime were just angry, bitter people, and they just let their anger take over them. The sixth circle of hell is for the heresy, and a person holds religious beliefs in a conflict with a dogma of the church, basically another person with a different belief. The seventh circle of hell is for the violent. Now, these are separated in 3 parts. The first part is violence against a person. The second part is violence against oneself, basically suicide, and the third circle is the violence against God. Now, all these circles host the most violent people in the world. The eighth circle of hell is for thieves, pimps, prostitutes, and fortune tellers. Basically, people who are condemned from the eighth circle of hell. The ninth circle of hell is the worst circle of all, and these people is for who condemn betrayal. These are the circles of hell, where Satan himself is at. Now, what they did when they got to the circle is the beast opened his mouth, and Virgil told Dante to get into his mouth. And what they did is they slide down the beast, and they reach the second stage to the afterlife, purgatory, and that's where the second book took off. Now, my conclusion. This is my first book report, my first poetry book I've ever read. Dante's Inferno is well-known to be one of the known pieces of literature. Dante's Inferno was a comedy originally written in Italian. There are several translations. So originally this was written in Italian. They over time written like different translations and stuff. Dante's Inferno is basically looked at a very early horror story. Dante's Inferno has also made an influence on movies and video games and based on the Divine Comedy. This is my presentation of Dante's Inferno. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Woo, right.